everyone, it's V from Casually Fragrant. Today I'm going to be reviewing a very special fragrance. It's called Almond Harmony by the House of Oud. It's an amber floral fragrance that's marketed as a unisex scent launched in 2016. And I just want to talk about the house for a second and the presentation. It comes in 2.5 fluid ounces, which is 75 mils, and I believe that's the only size these fragrances come in. This was purchased from Centrique, which is a Canadian perfume store, and you are able to get this in other places as well, but that's where I purchased mine from, and look at that beautiful presentation. This is an Italian niche fragrance house. I've talked about the House of Oud on my channel, and I mention this every single time I do a review, and I feel that it bears repeating. These bottles are actually hand painted. They're each uniquely designed, and each one will be slightly different. They actually have a little note about it, and look how gorgeous that is. Like, it's just I love the fact that each one is unique, so you don't really know exactly how your bottle's going to look. And I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. It opens up like this. Both of these are quite heavy in weight. That's kind of how you spray it, and I absolutely love this fragrance. So this has been, the House of Oud has been around since 2016, and this was actually launched in 2016, so I have a feeling that Almond Harmony is one of their first releases, actually. And I absolutely love the House of Oud. They make gourmand scents like nobody else. I've already reviewed a couple of their fragrances. I will link those down below, which are Keep Glazed and What About Pop. And this is just a house I want to keep exploring. They're coming out with a lot of new scents, and I'm so excited about it because all the gourmands that I've tried from this house are just absolutely next level amazing. One of the reasons why I took a while till I actually purchased Almond Harmony, and I didn't want to do this one as a blind buy because I actually think it is a safe blind buy, and I know that now that I've sampled it, but I kept seeing that it had Orange Blossom listed as one of the notes, and I have to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Orange Blossom or, neroli based kind of fragrances. That kind of, it's like the floral orange. I love orange notes, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. There's just a note of Orange Blossom that is kind of off-putting to me on fragrance, and I didn't want to just do a blind buy. And now that I saw that a local store actually had them stocked and I could sample it, I was ecstatic to try it out, and I absolutely loved it from first sniff. And I have to mention, it does not have a very strong Orange Blossom presence. So if you're not the biggest fan of those kind of notes, then I still think this would be a great fragrance to try. So the top notes are almond, petitgrain, bergamot, and orange blossom. Middle notes of heliotrope, ylang-ylang, jasmine, iris, and rose. And base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, Toulouse balsam, Peru balsam, and musk. So I looked on Fragrantica, and it actually listed, oops, I'm just going to drop my notes here. Yes, I do make notes for these videos. I would not be able to memorize all the notes for every fragrance, but I kind of like to take a look at, the brand websites, as well as, the place where I purchased it from, different stores that sell it, as well as Fragrantica, and kind of see sometimes if what, like my opinion is the same as theirs, or what if they're similar to one another. And I noticed that on Fragrantica it says that it was mostly almond, heliotrope, ylang-ylang, vanilla, and tonka, and I almost want to disagree. To me, I'm not getting as much ylang-ylang as I guess others are, so that just might be to my nose. I get more jasmine and iris, to be honest. Actually, scratch that. I do agree. Heliotrope is the #1 most kind of strong floral in this, and after that I get a bit of jasmine and iris, not as much ylang-ylang, to be honest. But this is mostly, to me, almond, heliotrope, touch of jasmine, vanilla, and tonka bean. And it is a beautiful almond scent. If you like almond fragrances, or, just like almond notes in your fragrances, you need to try this fragrance. If you like gourmand scents, if you want to smell like a delicious marzipan, if you want to smell like just a delicious dessert, like a snack, you need to try Almond Harmony by the House of Oud. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love their fragrances so much that I can't actually say this is my favorite, because Keep Glazed probably is still my favorite from this house, but this is definitely a top 10 in my collection, is Almond Harmony. And I was also looking online, and people said that it was similar to Serge Lutens' Rahat Lukum, which I probably mispronounced. I apologize about that, but I haven't smelt that Serge Lutens one. If anyone has smelt both, let me know, or comment down below if they smell similar or not. One fragrance that I do actually own, and I have, that apparently is supposed to smell similar to this, is Heliotrope, which is Eau de Toilette by Etro. Now, I've, used quite a bit of this one. As you can see, I love Heliotrope fragrances and Almond, so I just kind of naturally would like both in my collection. And honestly, there might be similarities. I looked at the note profile for Heliotrope, and it's very similar to Almond Harmony, but to be honest, they are quite different fragrances. Almond Harmony has much more depth to it. The notes seem more rounded, whereas this Heliotrope is basically like Heliotrope with a bit of almond, and it's almost got like a screechy quality to it, but not in a bad way. This isn't a bad fragrance. I like both, but I definitely think that if you have one or the other, they're not similar enough to say, oh, I personally don't think that they're dupes for one another. I think that they smell quite different to me. So for Almond Harmony, I think this would be a perfect signature scent, and not just for and for any age. I really think that this would translate beautifully to any age for the perfect signature scent. I don't have a signature scent anymore. I just have too many fragrances and I like to wear different things every day. But for someone who's looking for that one fragrance that they're kind of going to wear every day, this would be the perfect one. I think it would be a great daytime scent. It would translate well, I think, into a nighttime scent, because it does have that gourmand sweetness to it that I think would be great for kind of date nights, scent like that. I do think it would do the best in the winter months, or fall and winter, because it seems to be more of the marzipan-y heavy gourmand scent. However, I think it would actually work really well for summer nights as well. Maybe not during the day. I do think it might be a bit too sweet for the day, and there are a number of other almond fragrances that are have more of a refreshing quality, I think, than this one. This one is much more kind of darker and sweeter, but I do think it would be a great nighttime scent in the summertime as well. It's an absolutely beautiful almond fragrance. I don't see it reviewed as much personally, and I think it needs to get more love, because it is just the bottle's amazing. Yes, it is an expensive niche fragrance, but the quality is so there. It's long lasting. The bottle's absolutely gorgeous, and you have this masterpiece of a fragrance. And I really suggest you to go out and give it a try, and let me know what your favorite House of Oud fragrance is. When I asked last time, you guys gave great suggestions. I actually did get the sample pack from Centrique as well, so I was able to try a number of other ones, and I'm definitely looking forward to some of their new releases as well. So thank you so much for watching, and if you liked my video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.